Hi co-leaders, welcome to your channel, and this is Thrive with Oluwatomisn. Hi co-thrivers, welcome to another episode of Thrive with Oluwatomisn. On today's episode, we'll be discussing thriving away from home, and I will be discussing how preparing to leave Nigeria was another episode for me. So for some of you who don't know, I am from Nigeria, which is like the biggest country in Africa. Nigeria has a very large population, especially in Lagos, and so I grew up in Lagos, and for me, Lagos is still home. It's where I was born. It's where I spent most of my life. About 20-something years of my life was spent in Lagos. So it was for me a very emotional moment. However, I had to pack my things and leave. But before leaving, I had to make a mini stop at... So I took a mini stop, and my first stop was actually the city of London. So I took a stop at the city of London. I had some exams to write in the United Kingdom, and for me it was like, okay, after the exams I was like, okay, what's next? And I was just reflecting on my life. I don't know, for people of us that went to medical school where 50% was like the success mark, and then sometimes you're thinking, okay, am I going to succeed? Well, the truth is, I can tell you that we succeeded. First of all, let's take a quick break. I know so many of you are watching this channel but you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel. Please encourage your girl and subscribe to this channel. If you've not subscribed, please hit the button now and subscribe. Just take a pause and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much for subscribing. So while I was away, my husband actually celebrated his birthday, and it was so much fun. Like, I know I missed because it was like, you need to be here, but I couldn't just make it. I mean, I would just want to shout out to our very good friend Sandra. She was so exceptional. She prepared like this really sumptuous meal. As you can see, the meal was so sumptuous. I knew I missed a lot, and she had prepared this. She prepared cake. She prepared like barbecue with puff, and like there was really so much to eat, and it was just a nice time, to celebrate my husband, and they all had some nice time with his friends. So while I was away doing some exams, they were celebrating and they were just sending me pictures. I was like, oh my God, I should have been here. But on the other hand, I was actually happy to be home because I flew back to Nigeria, and I was definitely happy to be with family and definitely happy to be home again and feel. But that was actually not for very long because I was on my way back to see my husband and finally the final phase of relocation. And yes, my friend was excited to see us as well. As usual of Sandra, she always makes sure that when she's always welcoming her friends, she's always very... I'm lucky to have good friends. She just prepares like sumptuous meal for us, and it was really nice. Like, it was really a nice welcome for me. Traveling all the way, it was a really nice welcome for me. So shout out again to Sandra. Sandra, I love you. You know that. And for me, it was adapting to a new environment and getting to know that I have left where I used to know everything I used to know and everything I was so used to coming to a new environment which I was not really familiar with. And every day I just look at my window. I'm like, okay, this is a new world, and this is something different. This is a place that is different from where I've been used to. So for me, it was more about adapting to my environment, knowing what would work. And for me, it was really spending time. My husband, shout out to my husband too, because he tried for me. We went out a lot of times playing tennis, just getting to know the place, and just because in Germany here they don't speak English, so most of the time you have to use like German for different kind of things. Like you have to use German when you're going for official purposes. So my husband was just following me everywhere. He was my interpreter. So shout out to Ola. So it was just that. So my dear co-thrivers, I would say one of the things that really helped me in thriving, like away from home, away from everything I was familiar with, was the fact that I had like a very strong, we had like a very strong community in my university of Nigerian students. So I was not like alone because I was doing a totally different course from what I did during my bachelor's. So even my life as a master's student, going from doing part-time, like working part-time, also trying to study, and also involving myself in some projects. So for me, it was that building, that community, I would say, really helped a lot. We talked about questions. There were times that even when I didn't know stuff, I would go. I remember I had a very senior colleague of mine. I would always disturb her. Like, she was always, I'm sure she'd be like, oh, this girl. But she never complained that I was always disturbing her. And just, she was just a very lovely person. And she's not even Nigerian, that's the thing. So that's how our community was. So it was really, really nice that, to have a community, especially when you leave where you're familiar with, and you go somewhere new. It's just good to always surround yourself. So that's like my top tip for how to thrive away from home. And of course you also have to have God, because there's nothing like having God. Because I tell you, like, trusting God, there were times that I felt down. I won't say depressed, but I felt like, oh my God, what am I doing here? And sometimes I just go back to Him and just, talk to Him. I talk to God. I'm like, God, the Bible says that wherever the soles of our feet shall step upon, He shall give unto us. So regardless of wherever you are, even if you're in Nigeria, if you're outside of Nigeria, if you're in another country different from your home country, just know that you can thrive. And the truth is, that is why you're on this channel. So join me in this journey as we continue exploring how to thrive. Well, if you're new here for the first time, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Even if you're not new, please like and comment and share and subscribe. So till next time, know that God is writing a beautiful story, and know that for you to thrive away from home, you need God and you need a strong community of people around you. Till next time, keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers!